Hey there, welcome to Twin Flame Truth TV. I'm Elle Hari, Twin Flame Alchemist, writer, teacher, and coach. In today's episode, I'd like to discuss the difference between normal heartbreak and twin flame repulsion. And by repulsion, I'm referring to what happens when the two polarities of twin flames, the polarities build up and then they repel each other. The energy repels each other, almost like if you take two magnets that the two sides attract, turn them around, the two sides repel, right? That's what I mean by repulsion. I don't mean like, that they think you're disgusting or gross or anything like that. So I don't mean like really repulsed in that way. I just mean the repulsion of, the energy. So yeah, the reason why I wanted to do this episode today is because we're noticing from people, a lot of people, probably a good, I don't have exact hardcore numbers here, but a good at least 50 to 60% of people that, are on the twin flame journey, that we see that, try to, apply to enroll in my coaching programs. They're not a good fit. And why is that? Because despite all of their insistence in what they think, they are not actually on a twin flame journey. They're experiencing normal heartbreak. And so that's why I wanted to kind of do some things that could distinguish between the two. So normal, and I say normal heartbreak, everyone goes through heartbreak differently. Obviously, there's no one size fits all. But, when I say normal heartbreak, I mean heartbreak from a physical relationship that's not, the catalyst to starting you on this twin flame journey, right? That's not your wake up call for a twin flame journey. Because, heartbreak from all other 3D relationships. And again, I'm not downplaying it. I'm not saying it's less valid or, the feelings aren't there. I get it. It can be very devastating and depressing and painful and sad. But the distinguishing differences that you can feel in the physical sense between a heartbreak from any other relationship versus, the result, the pain you feel when you're twin flame and you repel physically is, and I'm not going to say break up because you can't break you and your twin flame up because you're the same energy. There's really no separation. It's just physical repulsion. You're still always connected. So, there's no like separation or anything like that with twin flames, despite the common myths out there about that one. But however, so the normal relationship breakups and heartbreak, it tends to get better in time. It's more of like, I don't want to. It's more in the mind. It's caused by the thoughts and the mind, right? It's not, generally speaking, if you want to get over them, you eventually can. You can do things to help yourself get over them if you set your intention to do it. And you can get over them. You can move on. Why? Because they're not you. And you are separated from them, right? Technically we're all like one because we're all from source, but they're not your exact same soul or energy, right? You are separated from them more so. So you can move on, you can get over them. You do not ever have to be connected to them in any substantial form ever again, in your lifetime. You don't have to do that. And so you can get over it. That's why it gets better with time. You can heal. Contrast that to the twin flame repulsion, what you feel with that. And so the twin flame repulsion is, it's heartbreak, but it's not from the mind. Yes, your mind becomes obsessive. It can cause you to act psycho or, obsess, like, you've never done before, or, act totally out of character in that way. And in many instances, in ways where looking at it objectively and with anyone else, you would move on so fast because, you were only with them for 6 weeks, or, you just didn't fit together, have anything in common to begin with, or there was such a huge age difference, or none of your friends or family like them, or, you've been stuck for like a decade back and forth with this person that, you know, you just get fed up and you just leave, right? But with the twin flame, that can't happen, right? It's just, there's something there that it's just like, despite your intentions, despite your desire, you really intending to want to move on, to want to get over them, you can't. And why is that? Because you are the same soul. And, you know, the pain of that, the physical pain, and most people, I'm not gonna say all, because I do have a couple students who are on twin flame journeys that haven't really felt pain this way. But it is there, it's activated, and it is in varying intensities, from like on the floor like I was to like not really feeling it at all. But there's something called a core wound pain with the twin flame when you repel. And that takes place either in your heart, solar plexus, or sacral chakra. And it is the place where your soul energy, your push-pull energy, actually enters and leaves your body. It's called the core wound. It's not a wound that needs to be healed. The twin flame journey is not about healing. There's no healing involved. It's about loving yourself on the deepest level that you've ever known to exist, which would be as a soul. And you do that in two ways, by aligning and balancing. That's what the twin flame journey is about. It's not about healing. There's nothing to heal. Yes, it feels painful, but the pain is just your wake-up call. It's like your alarm clock in the morning, waking you up to be like, hey, this is something different. And that's why with time, it doesn't go away. It doesn't dissipate. In fact, it gets progressively more and more nagging, more worse. Your thoughts become more and more obsessive the more you try to like forget about it, right? That's the difference. That's the difference between the twin flame repulsion and a normal breakup, right? Normal breakup, with time, you can get over it. If you really put your mind to it and focus on other things, you'll move on. Twin flame, no. There's no moving on. First of all, you can't move on because you're always connected, because you're the same soul. But secondly, the pain and all that happens for a reason. It's your soul telling you you're ready. It's a wake-up call that you need to do the work, to know how to love yourself truly as a soul and do the necessary work. The pain, there's a reason for it, and it is a wake-up call. Okay, so those are the differences. There is a great difference. And another thing I will say, which is, I mean, very common. People who tend to be on a twin flame journey and in the pain, they feel the physical pain and they try to move on and they try to cut the cord and nothing happens and it doesn't work. And, you know, they just, you know, become more and more desperate. They'll do anything eventually, anything, nothing, just to, you know, get out of the pain, just to get out of that. And, you know, won't let up. It'll get progressively worse and more increasingly nagging. And the thoughts will become more and more obsessive as time goes on. Because, you know, it's like, hey, you got to face this. You got to do this. Your soul's not going to let up. There's a reason for this, which has way more to do than like, you know, just that physical being of your twin flame. It's your first step of your ascension. And when your soul's ready, that's it. You don't get to decide. This is not a journey of the mind, right? So, you know, the mind will, even though you're in the throes of pain and desperation and distress, your mind will very often doubt you. And doubt it and be like, that's not what's going on. That's not what this is. You know, how could this like even be real? You know, that twin flame stuff sounds like it's ridiculous. And so, you know, there's a lot of doubt there in the mind, despite the fact that you're physically feeling the pain. Whereas with a normal breakup and heartbreak, you know, if there's doubts like, oh, I don't need to be with this person, you know, that's not anything important to me. This person wasn't even like anyone I really got along with anyway. Then great, that helps you move on, right? If you believe those kind of thoughts. So, you know, a lot of people that are on this journey that think they're on this journey that they really aren't. That's not what they're going through. It's just normal heartbreak. But, you know, I don't know if it's because of wishful thinking. For some reason, they think it's better to think they're on a twin flame journey, or because, you know, they just, I don't know, are having difficulty dealing with the heartbreak itself. But there are definite distinctions here between what is and what isn't. Just as a principle, I do not ever tell anyone who is their twin flame and not, who, if they are on a twin flame journey or not. That's not my place. I don't believe that. Because honestly, it really doesn't even matter. Because the thing is, if you are led to this and your soul led you to this and you feel desperate and I mean, you'll do anything and you want the help to work with me or whatever, then you know what? I'm going to help you because guess what? You don't need to know in your head who your physical form of your twin flame is. Because if you do the work that, for example, I teach in my coaching program, magnetize your twin flame, regardless if you've already know who they are physically or not, you're going to magnetize your twin flame in. And the way I see it, if your soul led you here and you're willing and able to be in my coaching program and stuff, then, you know, who am I to, you know, deny your soul's desire, and your soul is ready. So it can't hurt, but I'm just saying, like, you know, many people, probably a little over the majority of people out there who think they're on a twin flame journey, most likely are not. They are just experiencing normal heartbreak, and for whatever reason they think, or they've been convinced, or, you know, whatever, they feel like they are on a twin flame journey. But there is definite distinction. I just want to let you guys know that. So, you know, those of you who may think you're on a twin flame journey, and, you know, if you watch this video and you realize you really aren't, then, I mean, I hope this helps you to be able to move on from the heartbreak that you're feeling. Because if you're not on the twin flame journey, and it is just heartbreak from a normal 3D relationship, then, you know, you can move on. You can just move on. You don't have to worry about all this twin flame stuff. You don't have to, you know, do any kind of spiritual work or anything like that. Sorry, there's like a gnat flew in my face. But yeah, so I hope this helps clarify some things for you guys. Thank you for watching. I want to wish a very happy 4th to those of you in America. And I will see you in another episode of Twin Flame Truth TV. Thanks for watching, and lots of love.